Hi everybody, namaste. My name is Jenna. Whether you're just joining for this particular video or you're joining for our 30-day challenge, I'm happy that you chose to practice with me today. Today we're going to be focusing our short flow on the upper back and the shoulders, but we'll also be working a little bit of movement in to try to loosen out any tension you might be feeling in your body, and also leaving you energized and grounded for the rest of your day and anything else you might have ahead of you. So let's go ahead and get started in a tabletop position. So you'll start on your mat, or if you don't have a mat, just on your hands and your knees. And often it can be nice to pad the knees in these kneeling down positions. So if you have a blanket handy and you'd like that extra cushion, put the blanket under your knees. We'll be doing a couple of poses with the knees down today. So we'll start first with the palms pressing right underneath your shoulders, knees stacked right under your hips in this tabletop position. And then start to arch your back, lift your tailbone, look towards the front and take a breath in there. And then as you breathe out, start to tuck your tailbone, round your spine and drop your head down, rounding like a Halloween cat. And then breathe in again, drop the belly, look forward for your inhale. And exhale, round, relaxing the head down between your biceps. And take 3 more of these with your own cadence of breath now. Starting to familiarize yourself with your own breath tempo and letting that be the metronome for your practice. So if I'm ever cueing too slow or too fast, please do not hold your breath. Just find your own balance. Everything we're doing today is super simple, so you'll be able to catch up. Finishing out one more time in your cat-cow. And then come back into a neutral hands and knees position. Make sure the back of your neck is extended a little bit so that the head isn't dropping down. Now keep the left palm planted just as it is. Look to the right and then reach the right arm up to the sky. Try to rotate your chest to the right and take a breath in. Thread the right arm underneath your chest. Reach to the left, but don't bring your shoulder down yet. Just hover it as close to the ground as you can. Unwind the arm back up, take a breath in. And then again, thread the arm through and hover the shoulder with the exhale. One more time, breathe in, lift the arm up. And breathe out. This time, as you reach under you, we'll place the shoulder all the way down onto the ground. Bring the right side of the head down. And if the head doesn't reach the ground, slide something underneath the head like a folded up blanket. You can crawl the left fingers forward towards the front of your mat. And we'll hold here for a couple of breaths. So as you hold, if you want more stretch, what you'll do is wrap the left shoulder down, maybe even turn your forehead down to the ground. So the stretch we're trying to achieve here is pulling the arm across the body, but we're using the floor to achieve that. So just stay as you are. Take 2 more deep breaths into your chest. And then place that left hand back down by the left side of your face. Unthread the right arm all the way back to that starting position. Pause there, take a breath in, and then bring your 2 hands back onto your ground, and we'll take a cat-cow before moving to the other side. Just find some neutral movements of your spine with your breath. Then come back into your tabletop position. Keep your right palm on the ground this time as you look to the left. Reach the left arm up and rotate your chest towards the left. Take a breath in, and then thread the arm through and hover your shoulder as close to the ground as you can again. Reach the arm back up, breathe in, and then thread the arm through as you exhale, hover the shoulder. One more time, big breath in. And this time as you breathe out, thread the arm through, place your shoulder all the way down, drop the left side of your head, either to the ground or onto a folded up blanket. You might keep that right hand right where it is, or crawl the hand forward and try to wrap your right shoulder down. So you stay, but if you're curious of what I'm trying to achieve with the stretch, again, it's that pull of the left shoulder across. So if you start to rotate your chest, you'll lose a little bit of that stretch of your upper shoulder blade muscles there, your rhomboids. Take 1 more deep breath. And then place the right hand in front of your face on the mat. Unthread the left arm all the way back to our starting position. And one last time. And then look down and bring your 2 hands down to the floor again. And take a cat-cow. Just loosening up any tension out of the shoulders and out of the neck. Then come back into a neutral tabletop, and for a moment, turn your left fingers to the left, right fingers to the right, so your hands will look like this on the floor, and sway your shoulders left and right. Just stretch out a little bit through the wrists. If this feels like a pretty easy stretch, you don't feel much sensation and you'd like more, keep rotating the fingers in towards your knees. So you might turn your palms to face this way on the ground, and then rock forward and back, or even a cat-cow. Really stretch out the wrists and the forearms. This is a great stretch if you type a lot or if you use your hands a lot at your job, to stretch out the hands and the forearms. To slow that movement down, turn your fingers one at a time to point back forward. And then tuck your toes, pick your knees up to our first down dog here. Might be your first down dog of the day, so you can drop into one heel, lift your opposite heel and bend that knee. And then switch, taking this pedal motion, almost like you're on a mini stepper with your legs. From here, find a little bit of stillness here in your downward facing dog. Soften the heels down towards the mat and lift your tailbone up. And just so you know, most people, their heels do not come to the ground in down dog. I don't know if you can see mine, but they definitely are a little bit lifted, and that's perfectly fine, just as long as you're feeling the stretch in the back of your legs. Now let's slowly bring your knees all the way back down into your tabletop. Lift your right leg up behind you. Again, keep the back of the neck neutral so the head's not dropping. And then draw the knee in towards your nose. Stay looking between the hands so you can step the foot through. And you might move the foot with your hand a little bit more forward into our low lunge. You can come to the fingertips, let the hips yield forward, maybe even look forward. We're looking to stretch this left hip crease now, getting that deep lunge. And if this is too intense, you could bring your hands up onto blocks if you have them handy, or even just to the tips of your fingers. Now we'll one at a time walk your hands up onto your knees. So now we're coming a little bit more upright. You might feel more stretch in that left hip crease, and reach your two arms towards the front of your mat. Now either cross the left, we'll wall cross, right elbow on top of the left, crossing right at the elbow joints. If your shoulders are tight today, you'll hold your opposite shoulders in your hands. Otherwise, you could try to bring the palms all the way to touch. Strong press through your feet and lift the elbows up a few inches. Take a breath in like that. And then as you breathe out, round your back. Think about that cat pose, that Halloween cat in your back. Press into the foot to lift up again. Breathe in. And exhale to round forward. One last time. Breathe in to lift. And breathe out to round. Now stay in that rounded shape and send the breath into your upper back. And a full breath out. Let's take your hands both down to the inside of that front foot. Heel to the foot a little bit wider to the right, and then come back to tabletop. And you can either sway side to side, or even take a cat-cow there, just so you feel that difference between the right and the left side. And come back into a neutral tabletop position. This time extend the left leg back, lift it about the height of your hips, nice strong through the back of your neck. Draw the knee in towards your chest, step the left foot through your hands. Wiggle it forward till you feel that deep stretch through the inner thighs. Right hip crease dropping heavy. Maybe you look forward again, finding that length through the back, opening up through the right hip. And then one at a time, walk your hands up onto your left thigh, starting to lift a little bit higher. Reach your both arms forward. This time we'll cross the left onto the top of the right elbow, right at the elbow creases. Either hug your outer shoulders, maybe see if you can bring your palms together, double wrapping your forearms. Now lift the elbows up a few inches for your inhale, and then exhale to round forward. Again, that C curve in your spine. Inhale to lift it back up, and exhale to round it forward. One more time, breathe in, lift. And breathe out to round. Stay in that rounded shape. Inhale right between the shoulder blades. And then as you exhale, release the hands both to the inside of your left foot, heel to the left foot to the left, and come back into tabletop. And once more, add a little sway side to side. Maybe a cat-cow would feel good. Letting any tension just melt out of your shoulders, out of your neck. And our next pose will come to is child's pose. So separate the knees either as wide as your hips or even as wide as your mat. Sit the hips back onto the heels and walk the hands forward. Your forehead might come to the ground, but if it doesn't, place a folded up blanket right underneath your forehead to support your head. And that can also be a nice variation if you're having any allergies or any congestion and it just feels uncomfortable to have your head down. If you're having any knee pain, you can take this pose on your belly instead in crocodile. Taking 5 breaths here, perhaps choosing some intention that you'd like for the rest of your day. One more big breath and make it the biggest breath you've had all day so far. And then slowly start to walk the hands in. We'll come up into a seated position, ending our practice together. And thank you so much for spending this time, for spending the time and really taking the time apart for yourself. And know that whatever happens here on the mat, it's a space for you to play. It's a space for you to dedicate to self-care. So even if your practice doesn't look like mine, that just thanking yourself for showing up. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.